Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, it's not a planned video. Anyone that's subscribed knows none of my videos are planned. I just wanted to talk to someone. So I'm on a day off today. I've done all my chores. I've done all the family stuff. So I thought we'll talk about my GameCube games. The thing with the GameCube, it's one of the consoles, right? I've only got 20 odd games for it, but I've got a complete collection. What I mean by that is I got a complete collection of games that I want. It's really hard to find new games for it. Off the top of my head, I would say Ikaruga. I've never ever seen it in the wild. Willing to pay the going rate. Not going to pay silly money for it or anything like that. But I don't think it's another game. Let me know in the comments if you want. Thanks for watching, everyone. Is it a game that isn't on my list in my collection other than Ikaruga you think I should be checking out? Okay. I have said as well before, one of the reasons the GameCube is really special for me, if you look, I'm not going to tell the same story again. It's on my top 3 Tuesday on my top 3 GameCube games. So I'm not going to do the same story again, okay? So I'm just going to I've got them all here, backwards alphabetical order. You can see I've got a gap in my shelf there. I've just literally pulled them off, put the camera on, chucked my headphones on. No, I put the headphones on, then I chucked the camera on. And then I thought we'll have a little chat, is it? So welcome, sit down, relax. And I think I've played most of these games. There's about 2, maybe 3 games I've never actually played, which is in the backlog, you know. The struggle is real, isn't it, of a modern gamer or retro gamer. Right, so the first game in my list is 13. I grew up, I had this on the Xbox. I think it was one of those that came out on all 3, GameCube, PlayStation 2 and Xbox. I had it on the Xbox and I love it. And it really does stand the test of time because the graphics are done, if you didn't know, it's a first-person shooter, but the graphics are done up like comic book style, so it's all cel-shaded and it's done really well. They did a remake of this game for some bizarre reason. And it's a funny stat. The remake was done so bad, sales of this actual game, the retro game, outsold, apparently. This is nuts to think about, isn't it? It outsold the new version. I don't think that's ever happened before, and I can't see it ever happening again. So, well done, whoever did the remake. You fucked that up, didn't you? But yeah, I don't know if you can see there. That's some of the kind of the gameplay styles. You've got the knife there, for example. Same if you got a gun. If you do a headshot, it does this like kind of thing, kicks in, and it's really a stylish game. And it's a very interesting story as well. It's like, I think it's like in the 60s kind of set, with the CIA and undercover and all these mysteries, and a guy loses his memory. Yeah, excellent game. It is out on all 3, the Xbox, PS2 and the GameCube. If you haven't played that, definitely worth it. It should be in everyone's collection if you're half a fan of first-person shooters. Or just a good story, I strongly recommend it. I think I got Wave Race Blue Storm. I think that was a launch title. It's a good fun game. I think it's better if you've got friends that... I got friends. Made it sound like I haven't got any friends. Please play with me. It's better with friends, like a Mario Kart, like a party or something like that, you know. But it's very visually, it's outstanding. The water and everything, I remember, was very impressive. I didn't have this back in the day. It's probably one of my newer games in my GameCube collection. I saw it at a very cheap price. And yes, I thought, it's complete in box as well. I can't remember where I bought this actually. But yeah, it's a good game. But there's better racing games on the GameCube, you know. Return of the King, or Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. If I remember right, this is faulty. I paid £3.50 for it in CX, as you can see. And I think, yeah, it is faulty. I still got the receipt in there. It's faulty, but it's go on the train. It cost me more than £3.50 to go and sort it out. And I wasn't going back to CEX anytime soon. So I just, until now, I completely forgot about it. It's probably, the receipt's probably expired now anyway. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Loved this on the Xbox back in the day. It does hold up. I've got, if I'm going to play this game though, I've got it on the PlayStation 3. They did the digital HD remaster or whatever they call it. So that's the way I play it. And I think, if my memory serves, this one's faulty as well. I bought this in Comic-Con. 2 disc. Oh, I did not. Oh yeah, it does say on the front. Never seen that before. 2 discs. And I think Chris, who was with me, I think this was the first year we ever went to Comic-Con. And he said, "Oh, I don't know about that disc, mind." I said, "Oh, they wouldn't be selling shit stuff in Comic-Con, would they?" Took it home. It doesn't fucking work, does it? But it didn't cost me a lot of money. It was, thought it was too good to be true. It turns out it was too good to be true. Right, onto a big hitter now. One of the best games on the entire system. Skies of Arcadia, Legends. If I, for some reason, had to sell all my games and stuff, this should be one of the last games. This would stay with me forever, I'd imagine. It's an absolutely brilliant game. It's a modern version of the game that came out on the Dreamcast. This was a game I bought the same day as I picked up my GameCube originally. I think I had this. I might have had Soul Calibur 2. I definitely had Mario Kart. And that Mario Strikers, that football game. I wish I'd kept that as well. I didn't trade it in that long ago. But that's going for bank now, apparently. But yeah, this is a very good RPG. It's like space, like sky pirates and little like islands, and it's exploration. I've never actually finished it, but I've leveled up. It's still on my save file, so I will go back to it. I've got pretty far. I think I'm at the point where that space, one of the captains is chasing this massive like whale, and I found the whale, and it's a big battle, and I don't know, I stopped playing it. You know what it's like, and you play another game, a week goes by, 2 weeks, a month, years, blah, 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 blah. I never go back to it, but yeah, excellent game. If you're into your RPGs, and it holds up as well, it's, yeah, very, very good game. One of my favourite RPGs, that is. Another game I really enjoyed, Super Mario Sunshine. I was late to the party on this, and graphically it looks really good. I didn't like it when it originally came out. If it half appealed to me, I would have bought it back in the day. But yeah, I played it over a year ago now, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. The controls really well for a 3D game. It's leaps ahead of like Mario 64, put it that way. I will say as well about this console, right? This is the first console that Nintendo had that didn't have those cardboard cases. I don't think you can see, just off camera there is my small collection of N64 games. They just don't hold up, do you know what I mean? You got to pay a load of money for a mint. So yeah, this is a good, if you like your Nintendo, it's a very good place to, very good console to collect for. At the moment though, the prices are fucking insane. So if you want to get into it, be warned, it's not cheap. There are cheap games out there, but it's mainly the sports titles and stuff like that. But for example, I've seen this game go for over £100 on eBay. There's probably on right now. Try it right now. I bet you there's some sellers out there, complete in box like me. They'll go for over £100 quite comfortably. That will. Anyway, yeah, getting back to Mario Sunshine. I thought it was a silly looking game. I didn't know, it was almost as if it didn't know what it wanted to be. I wish I'd dove in back in the day, but yeah, it's a good fun game, and they've redone it for the Switch, haven't they, in that collection. Yeah, so that really happy to have that in the collection. That was one of the ones I thought, do I need it in my collection, don't I? I think I saw it one day for the going rate, so yeah, I snagged it. Then we've got, I'll do these two together then, so go Rogue Leader and Rebel Strike. I think that's the third one, is it? Yeah, Rogue Squadron 3, Rogue Squadron 2. Brilliant games, right? But I'm crap at them. I'm alright normally at flying games, but if it wasn't Star Wars, I wouldn't play it. I can just play the same missions over and over again. I'm stuck. I can't remember where I'm stuck on, but they hold up visually. This is probably as good as it gets on the GameCube, you know. Both of them really, really good fun games they are. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. This is our time as well where a lot of the... it was the Xbox had the best Star Wars games, didn't it? But there were some other games then, on like GameCube exclusives. I think... I'm not 100% sure if that was a GameCube exclusive. I think these were. This might be on the PlayStation 2. I know it's on the PlayStation Store. I've got this on the PlayStation now. The controls are much, much better. It's a good story on this. I haven't finished it, again, because I suck at these kind of games. But I'm surprised they haven't done another game, a Bounty Hunter game, because of the Disney series and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, good game, definitely worth checking out. This game I think I played a demo of it back in the day. Didn't like the art style, so never picked it up. And it's Zelda, The Wind Waker. Now, we saw that, I purely bought this. That's how you normally see it. Yeah, but I had the slip-on case as well. I got this in CEX, didn't pay any extra for it. And something told me, yeah, I'm going to get that because it looks rare. And it does look really, really good, doesn't it? You know, this extra slipcase, and this probably adds a lot more money to the value, but it's one of those games I will get to one day. This will probably be my next... No, actually, my next game will be my next Zelda game I play, and I don't think I've ever finished... Technically, I finished a Zelda game, and to know that Zelda game, it's the fucking, the Game & Watch. They're over £100 now. I had one in primary school. My next door neighbour had one in primary school. And the gameplay is really good fun. For those little shitty Game & Watch things, it was dual screen. So it looked like a vintage 2DS or 3DS, you know. It had that full screen stuff. I think it was one button, attack button. And you literally just go back and forth. It was really good gameplay. And I finished that tons of times actually because I played it to death, but I don't think I've actually other than that, off the top of my head, I don't think I finished. I've seen my mate complete Ocarina of Time. I sat there while he did it, and that was emotional. I bought that mainly for I had my collector's hat, and I thought if I don't buy that, I'm gonna live to regret it, you know. This one is the more expensive. Twilight Princess. There's no manual in it, unfortunately. This, I think, right now in CEX is like £95 or something. And I paid fuck all for it. It was... I'll tell the story then. I won't say where I got the case, but my father passed away and he had an absolute scruffy scumbag of a bloke living with him. Renting off him or something, just taking advantage of my father, of his generosity and stuff. And he didn't even... My father actually passed away in his house, on the floor in the living room. So the guy living there, I hadn't spoken to my father for a couple of years. I won't go into all that, but we went there the day my father passed away. One of the reasons to check up on his housemate, and he was okay. He was like as if he's the victim. Do you know what I mean? We asked him, is he okay? But he didn't ask us if me and my brother are okay. We only just lost our fucking father, innit? That was like strike one. I think his name was Dan. And I noticed the sink was full of dirty dishes. And something caught my eye. It was an awful lot of butter on the... I know it's a funny story, right? But the things you notice, isn't it? This memory will stay with me forever. There was a lot of butter on the edge of this plate, like all up the side. I thought, that's disgusting. And it was a couple of plates down, so it must have been there a couple of days or something. So we went back in 2 weeks' time, and this guy had moved out. The dishes were still in there, and that fucking butter was still there. And it was starting to go green and stuff. It was like the guy didn't even have the decency, right, to wash the dishes. Do you know what I mean? So we went there, we sold the house. Months and months went by then, isn't it? We were going through all the stuff in my father's house. And this guy, Dan, messaged my brother. Oh, if there's anything of mine there, put it to one side and I'll come and get it. Well, there's a GameCube there, right? It was the purple one. I've got it down there. So we put that to one side. There's bits and bobs that we didn't recognise. We said, oh, it must be belonging to this bloke. And then I went back about a month later and I thought, I wonder if there's a game in that GameCube. So you can see where it's going now. There was a Zelda game. I thought, oh, okay, I didn't think too much of it at the time. You know, going through a lot at the time, innit? And I went on CX and there was, all the Zelda games came out. There was ones like 30 odd quid. There was one like for 95 quid. I thought, I wonder if it's this one. Again, you can see where this is going. I went back the next day and inside there was this game, the disc for it. So I thought, oh, yes, happy days. And then it's a really good looking game. I haven't actually got round to playing it yet, you know. But it's another story how I acquired this case. But I won't tell the story. But basically, it's known as I was doing a Tony. So I'll have to do it. If I hit a certain amount of subscribers, I did say 1 million subscribers, I'll tell the story. Maybe if I get to 250, remind me in the comments. If I ever get to 250 subscribers, it's a bit more realistic over the next couple of years. I will tell the story of doing a Tony, as my mates refer to it as. All right, CX will love me. Another really good game. This is when I got back into collecting for the GameCube. It's one of the first games I picked up. Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. If you like Final Fantasy X and you like Lord of the Rings, this is almost the perfect game for you. It is a rip-off of Final Fantasy X. If you're going to rip off any RPG of this time, when this game came out, that's the best RPG, in my opinion, you can rip off. There's a really good cast of characters in there as well. Visually, it's great. Soundtrack, amazing. That's 2 discs. This is complete in box as well. You got the manual, all the shit is there, you know. Really good. I haven't actually finished it. I think first time I played it originally, I think I had it on the Xbox or the PlayStation 2. And I was rushing through it. I didn't know about things like, I didn't know how to play an RPG properly. And I got stuck in Helm's Deep. I hadn't saved for hours. I was in Helm's Deep and I tried everything I could. I was not powerful enough. So when I was playing this, this is one of those games when I quit drinking, I was playing and thinking, can I do it without 2 bottles of wine a night and stuff like that. So this kind of another game. I'll never sell this because it's got that. It got me through my alcohol addiction. I can't say I was an alcoholic because I've never diagnosed as I haven't had a professional tell me I was an alcoholic. But I don't drink anymore, put it that way. I avoid it like the plague. So I've always got fond memories, but I haven't actually finished it. I don't think I've deleted my save, but my characters are ridiculously overpowered for the level, for this area I'm at. So I think I'm going to do another, literally 10 more hours of leveling up, right? Just so when I get to Helm's Deep, it's going to be so satisfying to just one hit kill everyone, you know? But yeah, definitely worth checking out. I got no idea on prices, but I've been, not like officially, but I've been when I see a Lord of the Rings game in the wild, I've been picking it up. I picked up, I think, 2 or 3 last time I went out. If I see anything Lord of the Rings, I've been picking up. I don't know where it's come from. I wasn't fussed on the new, not Netflix, Amazon Prime series. It was too slow paced and stuff, and I will watch it one day. But for example, I'm watching Cobra Kai. Literally just before I turn this camera on, I think I watched episode 6 of season 5, and it's like, oh yeah, this is more my kind of pace, you know. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. Strongly recommend it if you like Lord of the Rings, or good just if you're an RPG fan. This is a game that survived from back in the day, Sonic Mega Collection. As you can see, it's got I think that's a game sticker, the old ones, $34.99. So this comes with Sonic, Mega Drive games, okay? Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D, Sonic Spinball, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. They milked the Sonic character, didn't they? But they're the best games. That was Sonic at his best on the Mega Drive, where he belonged, you know. Really good. I can tell the manual's in there. This is complete in box. It's even got all the other shit that comes with it. I would have bought this brand new, so and that's why it looks fucking mint. Don't know how much it is. I won't sell. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in buying games to sell, other than my Tokyo Xanadu. I won't tell you. I've already told you where I fucked up on that. But yeah, happy to have that in the collection. I'm actually in the mood to play some of that. Sonic and Knuckles. I don't think I've ever finished it. Okay, one of my favourite games on the GameCube, Soul Calibur 2. If you didn't know, it came out on the Xbox, PS2 and GameCube. And each one system had an exclusive character. This had Link from the Zelda series, arguably the coolest. Sometimes this is my favourite. I'm going to play this game on Around the World of 80 Fighting Games. I haven't decided which version. I'm edging towards playing the Xbox version because I had Spawn. Or I might do this one with Link. Whichever one I decide to do. I'm filmed up to episode 67, 68 maybe. So I've only got like 12 games left to play on it, right? So, yeah, obviously I've filmed them in advance, you know. But, yeah, I love this game. Loads of fond memories of it. But the one I really grew up with or played the most is Spawn on the Xbox. SXX3, outstanding snowboarding game. This is the one I think has got with all the stages. You can play them all together and like come down this like one massive course at the top of the mountain. Visually, it's up there with the best looking games on the GameCube. Super fun game. I think it's a bit more pricey on the GameCube compared to... I think it came out on the Xbox. I'm pretty sure it came out on the PS2. So if you want to try the game, I'd recommend PS2 version just because it's a lot cheaper. But yeah, it's nice to have this on the GameCube. A game I loved back in the day. It's considered a shit game, I think, but because I'll always have that nostalgia attached to it. Oh man, I didn't pay much for it though. Sonic, Star Fox Adventures. This is one of those games where I believe it was another game, something in Dinosaur Land or something, and there was like Star Fox was doing really well for the franchise, so they did a reskin or painted over the characters, not like they did with Mario Bros 2. They give it that kind of treatment, you know. Really good fun game. I paid $4.99 for that. I don't know if it's a good buy or not, but for me, yeah, excellent. It is complete in box, as you can see. And I've played that recently as well, in the last 2 to 3 years. Really good fun, but I got stuck. There was these like racing levels. You go down like a ramp. I can't really remember. And I was like, how the fuck did I do this? I think I finished this back in the day. But yeah, I'm not as good at this game now than I was back then, you know. Another game I kept from I keep saying back in the day. I'm sorry for saying back in the day a lot. I'll try my best to stop saying back in the day, okay? So this game was from the olden times. One of my originals, Metroid Prime. It is what they call it, the player's choice. Outstanding game. I remember there was a lot of hype. And when this came out, everyone was comparing everything to Halo. Oh, it's a Halo killer. Not them saying this was advertised as a Halo killer, but my friends were saying it was better than Halo. I was like, really? Metroid Prime. So I give it a go, and yeah, it is not better. In my opinion, Halo is one of the best first-person shooters of all time. But stiff and pace is a bit more of a thinking man's first-person shooter, you know. But yeah, really, really good game. Strongly recommend. Again, I don't know. I haven't got that idea on prices of any of these, okay? This game I bought, I think it came in the box when I bought my GameCube originally. Back in the day. Mario Kart Double Dash. That's a really heavy box, okay? Now, there's 2 versions of this out. This is the one that came with Zelda in there as well. So it's obviously got Mario Kart, the Zelda Collector's Edition. So it came with that as well. So I got Mario Kart there. And this has got Ocarina of Time. I can't remember what else is on there. But that's when I play Zelda, this is my go-to. And is it the Mask one? Majora's Mask is on there as well. It's just really cool, isn't it? Again, I'm not looking to sell it, but I'd imagine that's rare than the standard one. I've never actually seen another. I know CEX advertise this, and they say this game's not included. I'm not sure. Did they all come with that? But when I'm looking on eBay, Nobody's saying that sticker doesn't exist, you know. But the game Mario Kart Double Dash, this is my favourite Mario Kart, even better than 7. I played 8 briefly. This is where it's at. This is where I actually used to have Mario Kart parties. They used to come over my house, all my mates, playing this game drunk with 8 to 10 of your mates. Then my mates sometimes would be over my house, over my other mate's house. We got really into this. We got pretty damn good at it as well. But it was all in the name of fun, you know. Right, another game I have played. It's Luigi's Mansion, but I bought this. This is one of my newer games. I didn't experience this first time round, but since I've been back collecting for it, I think this might have been a launch game as well. Visually, it really shows what the GameCube was capable of. But I'm holding off. Won't be long. I'm going to play this again. I want to do it on Halloween. Maybe I'll do something with the YouTube channel or something. But it's like a haunted game, isn't it? Like a Ghostbusters kind of theme going on, isn't it? But I'm looking forward to getting that. Everybody that's played it swears by it, you know. And there's 2 or 3. I know there's one on the 3DS. And then there's another one then on the Switch, isn't there? Which I don't own the Switch yet. I'm going to get ready for that. Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters. Massive fan of Godzilla in this house, and it's really cool. I think Save the Earth is a better game. These games are made by Atari as well. Really good fun. I don't know if this game would class. I would love to do this on my Round the World with 80 Fighting Games, you know. I'll play it again to see if it does, actually, because I got 1 or 2 GameCube games I'm going to plan to play. I know definitely one of them's going to be, you probably guess what it is. It will probably be my last game I play. But really good game. But Save the Earth, that came out on, I think it came out on this and the PS2. I've actually got the PS2 and the Xbox version of that game, so I love it so much. Speaking of games that came out on all 3, Freedom Fighters, outstanding game. I had this originally on the Xbox, but I have actually done a walkthrough of this. A playthrough, I should call it. I can't remember what console I did it on, but I think I got this on all 3 as well. It's a lot cheaper on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. And I did a playthrough of this. I think it's like 5 or 6 parts. Some videos are 10 minutes, some are like 40 odd minutes, I think. So I have finished that game. So shameless plug, go check those videos out, baby. Haven't played this. This is the newest GameCube game in my collection. It was a birthday present off my good friend Chris. Shout out Chris, got to do that. Big Air Freestyle, and as you can see, it comes with a demo of that Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee on there. So yeah, really, it's a good looking game as well. Like all the tricks and all that shit. Yeah, I'll fire the old the GameCube up and keep you posted on that. Happy. One of my favourite games of all time. Before I started the Around the World with 80 Fighting Games, I would have said this is my favourite game of all time. As of right now, it's in my top 3. It's not actually it's probably my second favourite game of all time, you know, but this is like medicine for me. And it's funny because I haven't played it for months because I'm committed now to doing these 80 videos of 80 fighting games from all around the world. If I have a shit day, funny enough, I had a shit day in work yesterday. It wasn't the best. Morale is pretty low. I don't know what's going on, but I came home and I was like, oh, you know. Normally I put that on and I bring my mood back up straight away, but and it's never once let me down, this game. And I've got it on the PlayStation 2, and that was the one I had originally. I've owned this game about 4, maybe 5 years. I paid £17 for it. I remember it clearly. It's the best £17 I've ever spent. Right? I love this game. It looks the best on the Xbox. That's the one I bought probably about a year ago. Oh no, less than a year, say 6 months ago. But this one, slight, and I'm talking slight downgrade in graphics. Because I play the game so much, I can spot the difference. But there's a pause between rounds, even a pause between fighters, and it's just slightly too long. There's a tiny pause in this, but But on the Xbox, maybe because it's visually, the graphics are that little bit more enhanced, it takes its toll on the speed of the game. And it's just enough, it's a shame, it's just enough to take you out of the action. But yeah, this is the perfect version. If you're going to buy one, I think it is more expensive on the GameCube, mind, but it's worth the extra money. I paid 17 quid for it. It can't be much more. Maybe it's 30 quid now, I don't know. But this is worth the price of a full price. It's worth 60 quid easily. Visually, it's absolutely, it's got the classic graphics, but it's a really solid Capcom roster and a really solid SNK roster. It's one of the best fighting games of all time. It's my favourite crossover game of all time. Easily. Okay, even better than Marvel vs. Capcom series. Okay, and my last game in my collection is Bloody Raw Primal Fury. I haven't got around to playing that. Looks absolutely stunning, the graphics. I think, if I remember right, I bought this in London in Comic-Con on my birthday, just gone. Again, what I tend to do is I tend to fire up a console and just play through like a couple of hours, and then I've played through all my games, you know. Then I move on to the PS2, catch up on some of my games. I'm not constantly swapping. I'm going to play a GameCube game, then I'm going to do a PS2, then an Xbox, then Xbox 360. Now, I tend to there's like a charm with the Nintendo as well, so I kind of, this is nice, Nintendo. It's like my comfort zone kind of thing. But yeah, so I haven't played that yet. Really good looking game. Didn't pay that much money for it, actually, but I am in the market for a full Bloody Raw collection, okay? So far, I haven't there's 3 or 4 I need to collect that I'm aware of, but when I Soul Calibur, I thought I had the full collection apart from the first one. Then there's our one on the Wii, which I bought last week. Anyway, that is my complete GameCube collection. I think it's 24 games, something like that. Let me know in the comments, is there any games you think I'm missing from my collection, other than Ikaruga? Pikmin, I had Pikmin 1. I hated the fact that there was a time limit. So apparently on Pikmin 2 there isn't a time limit, so that's on there. And maybe Tales of Vespia, I can't remember what it's called. But I have actually got that on I think it came out again on the PlayStation 3. So I originally had that when I had the Xbox before. So, yeah, not that game. So Ikaruga, yeah, and Pikmin 2. Is there any other games you think I should, based on the games I kind of talked about just now, what's missing from my collection, guys? Let me know in the comments. Please do click that subscribe button. I will love you forever and ever and ever and ever. Thank you very much for watching. As always, love you. Bye.